On this video, I'm going to show you 5 alternative places to sell your digital products that you should be considering right now so that you can get multiple income streams for your digital products. Make sure you get that amazing passive income. But as usual, if you love Etsy products, you have creating, researching, listing, and all of that bad digital product stuff, then please hit the like, subscribe, and smash that notification bell so you can get more of these kind of videos in your feed. So guys, let's check it out. I'm on Etsy as usual. And the reason why I like it and why it's such a important place to sell these digital products, because simply statistically it is the best place to sell, right, in my opinion. But also when we look at the numbers, guys. I like looking at the numbers. Now look at this. I'll give you a prime example. Look at my screen right now. You can see Etsy in terms of its rank globally is 69th in terms of, like, when I compare it as well, I'm comparing it to these other 4 different platforms on this fantastic website. So do check it out. You got global rank, country rank, industry rank, and then also gives you lots of information. And this is very, very vital information. This is how you can view and assess something. Now look at this. Etsy.com has had 405 million visitors approximately in the last 28 days at the time of doing this video, right? The others that are alternatives, which are good alternatives, but they far fall by the wayside with regards to visitors. And the key to selling is having people that come, because these are marketplaces. Now, the good thing about selling on these kind of platforms or marketplaces is that people come to search for things, and that's what you want. Although my 5th idea, what to sell on, is Shopify. And Shopify is where you're creating your own website, where you actually put your designs, and you do need to do the marketing. But later on in the video, I'll tell you exactly why this is a fantastic alternative as well. But when we look at these numbers are very important, right? And if you look at these daily visitors, let's just go down a little bit further, view this a little bit further. Look at these daily average visits. Etsy.com gets 14.49 million. It has 94 million views. So look, when you're looking at it and comparing it to other places that sell digital products, it's way, way up there, right? It's probably the best place to sell your digital products, right? It's probably one of the best, if not the best, right? And the other alternatives are also good, but they fall way by the wayside. So look at that. Gumroad, which is another alternative. I've done a video. Do check out my video on Gumroad and also on Creative Fabrica. I did videos on these. Look, Gumroad, 798,000 compared in the last day, average daily, compared to 14 million by Etsy. And Creative Fabrica, 300,000, right? 446 in the last day. So these numbers are decent, but Etsy, whew, huge. Now, yeah, we know that Etsy specific has also different, if you like, niches or areas. So it's not just digital products, obviously. With these other ones, they don't have a bigger scope of products. So it is more confined and it's more focused, if you like. So that also has to be taken into account. But for me, these other 4 in terms of platforms probably are the best, arguably some of the best ones to actually consider to sell on, apart from Etsy, right? So we're going to look at these ones. So yeah, and I'm going to take it in order in terms of volume. So definitely take that in order. So for you guys, obviously, you must, if you didn't know, Etsy is probably the best marketplace to sell your digital products. Why? Because the volume is so big and the array and the different niches is massive. And when you actually just look and see how many listings something might have. So I'm going to look at Tumblrs, right? Tumblr, PNG, just to give you a flavor, the idea. You will know how big something is by the amount of listings it has. So look, but the demand is huge because people are on here all the time looking for things, you know, whether it be for gifts or wherever it is. But they're here looking for digital products. And, you know, you need to be on Etsy. If you're not, or you're just considering it, the Etsy is the place to be. Etsy is the place. So, and what's great is there's also tools to help you to look at how to list, how to do your SEO, how to manage. So I believe that the first place that you should be looking at to trying to sell is Etsy, because to learn about what's selling, what's doing well. I mean, if you're going to find it on Etsy, then obviously it may translate into other marketplaces. But Etsy is a place where you can learn to find what sells, what you can sell, how you can sell, what you can create, what you should create. And what to list. So definitely start selling on Etsy first. This is the first place that you should really be if you haven't thought about this, Etsy is the first place to consider selling. Now I got loads of videos. I've got over 500 videos on my channel, and I've got loads of videos on Etsy on how-to. So I'm going to leave the how-tos for this video. This is purely about alternatives to Etsy, really. So I'm going to leave it there, and I'm going to go to the first, probably the top alternative. I don't know about top, because I think that's debatable. Because, you know, Gumroad is, I guess, the next one in terms of the amount of volume and traffic that they get to this website. So, you know, don't underestimate it. And remember, look, when you're creating something on Etsy, let's say you're selling clip arts, okay? You obviously want to also sell the same design, same thing on another platform. That way you've got multiple streams. Now, you may not make as much, and you probably won't, but yeah, it's still another method of making money. So coming back to Gumroad, obviously I've done a video on this. Do check out my full dedicated video on Gumroad. But guys, look, I mean, you know, you can sell many things on Gumroad, and people do come and search on here. People do come and search on here. So if I'm just using that premise of just typing in, let's say, Tumblr wrap, right? Tumblr wrap. I mean, look, you can see instantly, you know, you can see instantly just by the amount of listings and how the listing is, and also about ratings. You know, these are not being rated, so may not have been sold. And this is what I'm saying. You can see that very, 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 very big difference. Like the volume and the sales are massive on Etsy. And, you know, and that's the thing. There is a big difference. Like I said, if you gather momentum, you'll start making those sales. But the thing is, it's not going to be as much as Etsy at the moment. So, you know, this is an alternative, but I'll say, look, you know, even when you just look at these numbers, you can see just the amount of, just by looking at the reviews, the number of reviews. And then when you actually go into the numbers, it's a big difference. But like I said, these are alternatives that you should definitely consider and list up, because if you're getting some sales from different platforms apart from Etsy, it's a fantastic thing. And if something goes wrong with Etsy, if your store shut down or something happens, then, you know, you will really like regret not trying to do something about it. Now, I like Creative Fabrica. This is Creative Fabrica right now. I really like it. And I think it's a fantastic alternative to Etsy, right? I think I love the design. I love the layout of the website as well. It's quite simple to use, quite easy. I haven't logged in right now. But it's a really, really cool one to actually list on, right? I really do like it. And again, you know, the numbers are quite big on Creative Fabrica. If you look at these, you can see these are the numbers of how many there are, and there's actually a lot of people listing on Creative Fabrica, huge amount, you know. I mean, you can tell just by looking at these numbers on the side. So I think if you want to sell digital products, especially these kind of products, clip arts, Tumblr wraps, mug wraps, you know, these kind of items, these type of digital products, then I do believe that Creative Fabrica will do very well. And and you know what, even though the volume is nowhere near like Etsy, if we look at a volume, like people visiting, look, Creative Fabrica 346,157 daily visits compared to 14.49. But remember what I said, these are very much focused people on digital products, because, you know, they do sell mostly these kind of craft digital products, and you know, textures, patterns, and various things like that. So for digital product sellers, I mean, this is a very good platform. So even though the volume is less, you will see that, you know, they also, you got the kind of right people, if you like, looking, if that makes sense. The right people will be looking. And look, when you see results like this, you know, that's quite a lot of results. Not as much as Etsy, obviously, in terms of listings. But again, that's a good thing, you know. In some areas, there'll be less competition. So I definitely advise you to list up on Creative Fabrica. You know, it's a really good website. I really like how it works. And, you know, when you click on the listing as well, you know, visually, I think they're quite appealing. You know, they have some really good sort of quirks with this. You know, like you can see the favorites. You can see here where the favorites are added. You can see this product description. So there are similarities in terms of, like, you know, things that you can write and use from your Etsy listings to your Creative Fabrica ones. Okay, so there are some similarities. You got the tags there and so on. Yeah, nicely designed, nice layout for the website, and definitely another place that you should be listing up your digital products. Right, let's go to the third one. So the third one's Creative Market. I like Creative Market, is pretty cool as well. So you got various different categories. Obviously, you know, you can type in what you want at the top. So let's Tumblr wrap again. Again, this is, you know, this is more your kind of focused designer, you know, people that are looking for designs, whether it be mockups, templates, graphics, that kind of thing. Again, you'll notice that they have. I like the way they categorize things. And you'll also see how many listings there are. You get an idea of the listings. Let me go to this La Designs, and you'll see actually a lot of these sellers already that are from Etsy selling here. You'll notice that you'll see them onto this platform. But I do like this one. I do like this marketplace. Again, the volume, you're not going to see it as much as Creative Fabrica. Let me just go to Fabrica. Creative Fabrica has 346,000 daily views, right? And 124 Creative Market. So you're looking at less than half, daily views. So obviously the volume is less, the listings are less. It's not going to be as much, and that's what you should kind of sort of expect. However, it's definitely a good alternative because people are looking for digital products, and they're looking for fonts, templates, graphics, and various things. You can see them up the top, mock-ups even. So they do have a good selection and array of digital products actually. Let's just go to these cups and container ones, mugs ones. And again, look, when you look at the volume 8792 for these kind of mock-ups, obviously they don't compare to the amount that Etsy has. But like I said, they don't compare in terms of the amount of people that come visit it. So it kind of makes sense. But yeah, I definitely would look at that as an alternative also to kind of list up. Right, the next one on my alternative list is something called design bundles. I like design bundles. I think it's pretty cool. I like the way they've got their listings. I do like the way they've got their layouts. And when you start looking at these numbers as well, they're not too bad. Look at this one. It's got 8,142 likes, if you like. Likes, if you like. 8,142. Look at that, right? These are like favorites. So 8,142 favorites so far for this listing, which is pretty cool. If I click on the store itself, you can see the store is at the top, Digitals by Hannah. And you got an idea, maybe you got favorites, and you got followers, and you can sort of sift through. I mean, look at this. This is actually quite big, quite a lot of listings. So people do take this, they do take platform seriously, and I definitely think it's a good alternative to get those extra sales. I mean, look at this. Store's got 1,242 listings. Really quite a lot actually. And when you look at these favorites here, you can tell these are from the newest. Let me go to the most popular favorites. You can tell here, look, 8,000, 2,688. These are favorites, right? Not too bad. So you can see that there's people do visit it, which is a good sign. And that's what you want. You want people to come and visit these listings. So look, all you got to do is also create your listings on Etsy and then create the same designs, list them up on these platforms. I think it's a fantastic alternative. Like I said, you're not going to get the amount of sales that you would on Etsy. However, they are really fantastic income streams. But yeah, this one really is getting about 34,955. It's funny how these things reduce so much. So 124,000 daily for Creative Fabrica, and then 34,000 for designbundles.net. So definitely much less. But like I said, with design bundles, they're very much focused on design, digital products, design products, like you can see. So there are focused. This is a focused audience. So in some ways, it's better. Yeah. So the last suggestion the last alternative that I definitely suggest you need to start selling on is on Shopify. Now, Shopify is not marketplace. It's where you can create your own website, where basically you create your own website, you list up all your designs, and you need to market it. So it's not a marketplace. You need to find the customers. The customers won't come to you. So it is much harder, definitely. But Shopify is one of the best, sort of, if you like, selling websites builders that are out there. So I definitely suggest using them. And here's a prime example of a website that is actually out there on the internet that are selling. So this is a really good website that sell all kinds of digital products. Again, we're looking at tumblers, so it makes sense to keep it looking at these products. And this is what I'm saying. You create your own website, you put your branding, you create your designs, you can add some memberships there, you can have some bundles, and it's a really good alternative way to sell. And the reason why I think it's a really good way, now look, granted it's harder and you're not going to get the sales at the beginning, very difficult, but if you use things like Google Ads, you can start getting traction. But what you want to do is you want to basically create a website, and I'll tell you why a website is really important. Now, if for some reason you sell, your business in the future, this is a huge asset to you. Having your own standalone website out there selling on the internet is a really good plus. But there's also an added benefit to doing this, is that you know, like I said, don't put all your eggs in one basket. If you're selling on Etsy and you're doing well, that's fantastic. But don't put your eggs in one basket. You don't know. One day something might happen. Hopefully, it never will. But something might happen. Your store's closed. Someone's scamming. Something happens to your store. Someone hacks it. You know, you don't know what could happen in the future. Your store could be shut down, suspended. Anything can happen at any time. So what I'm trying to say is extract your designs, your listings, and start selling it on alternatives as added income streams anyway, but also put it on Shopify. So you've got all that information, all your designs, all your listings in another place, which is your own. That place, Shopify website, is your own place. You own it fully, right? You don't own the Etsy marketplace, right? Etsy owns it. Now, having your own little, if you like, asset out there that you're building as well, because don't forget, as you start building your, as you start getting sales and as you start getting more footprint and people coming over to your store from the internet, the higher it will rank on the pages. So what I mean by that is, let's say we just go straight back to, you know, the search on Etsy, right? On Google, right? And you're looking at Tumblr wraps. So Tumblr wraps. Now this is me searching on the internet, right? Tumblr wrap. Now, if someone is selling Tumblr wraps and you're typing in Tumblr wraps right now, the funny thing is you do get Etsy as your top results and some of the Etsy listings because it's so popular, right? But as you come down and you're looking down the internet, you're going to start seeing some sellers that have got their own websites. And if I just click on this one or this one, these are obviously ranking really high. Now, they're ranking really high, obviously, because they started to build that kind of, if you like, that quality score within Google, right? And you can see that this seller sells various Tumblr wraps here, right? Obviously, ranking so high. Fantastic. Other ways you can rank high is if you have your Google ads, and then obviously you can get up to near the top. Is another website. You know, there's some fantastic websites here. And what I do notice is some of these sellers that are selling pretty well on the internet directly, we call it, also are selling on Etsy. So they've got their alternative marketplaces they sell on, and they have their own website. There's another fantastic website here, guys. Check this one out. It's a really cool one. But for it to rank so high on Google is a really good thing with this. So I definitely recommend doing it. For getting those extra sales, obviously it's going to take some time and it's going to need some marketing through your socials, whether Instagram, whether it be you're using Google Ads to get that get it pushed up the pages. But also what you need to be doing is you need to be extracting that designs from Etsy, because you never know, anything can happen. Put it on your Shopify store. So if you actually got a copy, if you like, almost like a copy of your information onto your Shopify website, just in case. It's almost like a backup. So you've almost got like a extra external hard drive and you put it on a backup place. So treat it as a backup, use it as a place where hopefully in the future you get those extra sales, the more you kind of go up the Google rankings. And yeah, I think that's a fantastic alternative to have. So those are my 5 alternatives to Etsy. Hope you liked the video. If you did like the video, please hit the like, subscribe, smash that notification bell. And don't forget, share, because that's what we do here. We're sharers, right? Take care.